Benchley, the author of the movie Jaws, once said, "We provoke a shark every time we enter the water where sharks happen to be, for we forget the ocean is not our territory." Last year, the International Shark Attack File reported that there were 16 shark attacks in Florida. This represents 44% of the U.S. total and 23% of unprovoked attacks worldwide. This is lower than Florida's recent 5-year annual average of 19 incidents per year. The purpose of this speech is to inform people about recent shark attacks that occurred on Florida's Gulf Coast on June 7, 2024. Discussing shark attacks is relevant because this is the time of year that people go to the beach and they should be aware of the possible dangers. Through my research, I have become educated about shark attacks, especially the attack on June 7th. I have read multiple local news articles and scientific research regarding the patterns of sharks and why they attack. In this speech, I'll be focusing on the recent shark attacks in Florida and the dangers of sharks and the reason these animals attack. Let's take a closer look at some recent shark attacks in Florida. At the beginning of June, there were some shark attacks on the Florida Gulf Coast. In one day, 3 people were attacked: a 45-year-old woman, a 15-year-old girl, and a 17-year-old girl. Florida is known as the Sunshine State. With its warm climate and attractive scenery, it is a very popular tourist destination, and the beaches are also popular vacation destinations. Furthermore, Florida is such a popular travel destination that visitors are alarmed when such attacks occur in the middle of vacation season. On Friday, June 7, 2024, 3 people were severely injured due to shark attacks. An adult woman and young girl were 2 of the 3 victims who were airlifted to the hospital for their injuries. One of these victims was a 45-year-old woman who sadly lost her lower left arm. She was swimming past a sandbar with her husband when she was bitten around 1:20 p.m. She sustained injuries to her midsection and lower left arm, which was amputated. About 90 minutes later, 4 miles away from the first victim, a 15-year-old girl and a 17-year-old girl was swimming with a group of friends near the sandbar in waist-deep water when a shark injured them. The 15-year-old girl, Lulu Gribben, was airlifted to the local hospital. When she was attacked, little did she know that she would have help waiting for her on the beach. A nurse, 2 doctors, and an EMT were all ashore to help her get stabilized so she could survive and be airlifted for further care. The 17-year-old girl sustained flesh wounds to her foot and was not listed in critical condition. After these shark attacks occurred so close together, officials closed the beach to the public and raised a double red flag. A purple flag signified dangerous marine life in the area. Anyone who violated the closure would be fined $500. According to experts, there are multiple reasons that the sharks may have attacked. There are several theories of why the shark attacks occurred. Some think that the shark population is endangered, but the opposite is true. A longtime fisherman, Captain Gary Jarvis, said, "The problem is the shark population in the Gulf of Mexico is large and more prolific than it has ever been, at least in my lifetime." Although shark attacks are unpredictable, sharks have been known to be aggressive when mating. Additionally, sharks are predators and hunt to survive. Experts say that these attacks are possibly occurred due to mistaken identity. The sharks may have come to shore after following large schools of fish, and then they roam around looking for things to eat. If the water is murky or even clear, sharks may do a test bite. This means that they may not recognize something, but when they are hungry, they will start test biting. According to experts, that could be a possible cause of these attacks in Florida. After these attacks that occurred close together, people were shaken. They were wondering why there were 3 attacks so close together. Furthermore, people were afraid to get in the water. These occurrences caused the beaches to be closed for the weekend, keeping people from enjoying the beautiful Gulf Coast waters. Although the victims' physical injuries were severe, their road to recovery, along with the emotional trauma from this incident, may cause long-lasting effects. Next, I will inform you of when and where these attacks happened. The first attack was around 1:20 p.m. near Watersound Beach. The second incident, in which 2 people were injured, occurred near Seacrest Beach between South Walton and Bay Counties 90 minutes later. This was only 4 miles from the first attack. The victims, ages 15 and 17, were in waist-deep water about 4 miles from where the first attack occurred. These attacks occurred on Friday, June 7, 2024. In conclusion, I have investigated and informed you all of the points of information pertaining to the recent shark attacks on the Gulf Coast. This speech discussed the shark attacks in Florida, the dangers of sharks, and the reason they attack. In summary, the attacks on June 7, 2024 involved 3 people who were severely injured on the Gulf Coast of Florida. The reason is still unclear due to the many possibilities and the unpredictability of sharks' behavior and their attacking pattern. Again, it is important to remember the ocean is a shark's environment and their home. When we choose to swim in their environment, anything can happen, like an unprovoked attack.